Giorno Giovanna is the main Joestar of Part 5's Golden Wind. He's glamorous, he's fabulous, but most of all, he's unique.
これがレクイエム。
Hi, I'm Eddy C, and today I'm gonna break down break down why Giorno's character stands out. When I first started watching JoJo, I didn't realize Giorno was actually a JoJo. I thought he would be a villain. Like, Giorno? That doesn't start with Joe. Right off the bat with his name, Giorno stands out from the previous JoJo's as he doesn't follow the established naming scheme. The reason why Giorno can actually be called a JoJo is because the letter J doesn't actually exist in the Italian language, so Araki, wanting to stay true to Italian, called him JoJo. Because he just had to be different, huh? What a diva. Each JoJo up until Part 5 have had a bizarre, larger-than-life personality. Jonathan Joestar, his lovely gentleman we all know and love, he's pure, chivalrous, moral, the Superman of the JoJo series. Joseph Joestar, the silly trickster we can't take anywhere. He's loud, brash, and playful. He doesn't win based on pure strength alone, he uses wit and sheer unpredictability to win fights. Jotaro Kujo! If Jonathan's the Superman, this guy's the Batman. He's stoic and too cool to care, with an aggressive presence. Every scene of Jotaro is filled with aura. Josuke Higashikata, the goof with a hot head, he's stylish, flamboyant, and very protective of his hair. Strong May. But he has a nice friendly warmth that grounds him. Across these four, you can see a clear pattern of loud, attention-grabbing characters. And then we get to Giorno! Instead of being loud, Giorno is quiet and keeps to himself. Instead of being hot-headed, he's calm and cool-headed. Instead of being the center of attention, he blends into the background. He feels anti-JoJo. Maybe he's got some Dio blood in him. Wait. This is how Giorno stands out. He doesn't gain the attention like Joseph or Jotaro would, he builds it up through his actions.
It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
Giorno's uniqueness becomes apparent with how unusual of a JoJo he is. He feels disconnected from the rest of the family, like Part 5 is a side story to the Joestar story. Parts 1, 2, 3, 4, and even 6 link together to a connecting story, but Giorno's part feels entirely separate. He just looks a little different, okay? Araki initially intended for Giorno to be a female, but his editor convinced him to turn Giorno into a female, believing that a female protagonist wouldn't sell well to the male demographic of Shonen Jump readers. Giorno still retains some of the feminine traits, as his birth name was actually Haruno, which is a feminine name. The life-giving ability of Golden Experience alludes to a woman's ability to give birth to new life. Most JoJo's have strong color palettes that reflect their personality, as Araki has a philosophy when it comes to character design. You should be able to discern a character's personality from their outfit and appearance, being read like photography. Jonathan's heroic blue, Joseph's earthy tones, Jotaro's dark navy, Josuke's brilliant purple. Giorno busts his way onto the JoJo runway with his bright pink attention-grabbing fit, with his golden hair shining in the wind to tie it all together. The pink suit is a daring choice, linking back to his original design as a female. It links back to high fashion, a trend started with Josuke. His golden hair is striking and symbolic. The word giorno in Italian means day or daylight, tying him to an imagery of sunlight and hope. These two added together gives him the aura of a prince. No, more like Prince Charming.
Is that glitter on your lips?
Cherry flavored. Want a taste?
His heart-shaped cutout plays with typical masculine fashion, bending it to be more androgynous and elegant. His figure is more of an icon's, rather than a muscular brute, signifying Araki's inspiration from runway models. In particular, Araki was influenced by Italian designer brands, Versace and Gucci. He feels like a model striding through Italy. The most visually striking part of Giorno's appearance is his three curls. Unlike Jotaro's hat blend and Josuke's pompadour, this feels sculptural. The curls form a crown motif, a sign of his future role. These curls make him immediately recognizable. He's not meant to blend in, he's destined to stand out. Giorno is the visual centerpiece of Part 5's unusual approach to fashion, echoed by his untypical hairdo. Giorno rarely stands rigid or aggressive. He strikes poses that highlight curves, flowing lines, and asymmetry, contrasting with muscular brutes like Jonathan and Joseph. His body language enforces his quiet control. He has a commanding presence without being loud. Every last detail of Giorno's design is symbolic. Golden hair represents daylight and hope. Pink suit represents flamboyancy and vitality, being a break from the typical masculine character. Hair curls representing royalty and destiny, foreshadowing his rise to the top. And his heart cutout represents his compassion stored in his core, being literal in his design. He feels less like your typical shonen hero and more like a figure out of Renaissance art. His look communicates to us that he is different from the Joestar bloodline. Giorno is the most visually iconic JoJo. Giorno's character is built off of one thing: he has a dream. The previous JoJo's motivations relied on a family history and personal struggles, while Giorno's is entirely selfless. He truly takes after his dad. Obviously not Dio, I mean Jonathan! Giorno wants to become a gang star, not just a mafia boss. He wants to transform the corruption of Passion into something that protects the weak. His motivation isn't defensive, it's constructive. He isn't just stopping evil, he's also reshaping the world around him. The way Giorno carries himself instantly separates him apart from other characters in the series. He's constantly composed, rarely shouts or loses control. He doesn't have any interest in theatrics, he speaks calm and direct, even with evil dudes. He has a quiet confidence about him. His presence is less about charisma in the sense of being loud or funny, but in the magnetism of certainty. This means people are attracted to his deep inner confidence and self-trust. People believe in this guy, as his conviction is unshakable. The main pull of Giorno as a character is his dual lineage, the body of Dio and the blood of the Joestars. He is a product of the two most influential characters in the series. He inherits Jonathan's compassion, his willingness to fight for others, driving his dream to reform Passion. Or is it Passione? I don't know. From Dio, he inherits his ambition and cunning, taking the best of both worlds and creating a truly golden character. He embodies the balance between good and evil. He isn't just a simple good character, he's complex. He reforms Dio's drive into something righteous. He's like a what if. What if Dio was good? What if Jonathan had Dio's ambition? He's a quiet, revolutionary hero, a leader who doesn't need a voice, as he is shaped entirely by his actions, which earns the respect of all. Stands are established to be extensions of the user's personality. What makes Golden Experience stand out is how its power aligns with Giorno's dream, in a way far more symbolic than any other JoJo characters. Golden Experience, rather than punching its way out of a fight, chooses to create life, turning rocks into frogs, bullets into tree branches. This ties into Giorno's identity, as he is a creator, not a destroyer, with his power reflecting someone who wants to reshape the world instead of tearing it down and watching it burn.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
This ability is also majorly ironic. Dio as a vampire stole life, but Giorno instead gives life. His stand reverses the legacy of his father's tyranny. Giorno's stand is full of symbolism. It symbolizes rebirth and possibility. It creates a metaphor in this decaying society. He is bringing life back to a place of death and corruption. He heals allies, redirecting energy into living matter. He creates living organisms in battle to assist him. He symbolically represents the new growth he wants to nurture within Passione. And how can we talk about Golden Experience and not mention the stand that is considered to be one of the most powerful in all of JoJo?
これがレクイエム。
Requiem is a way for stands to upgrade, but for GER, it breaks the structure of power in the series. GER has the ability to nullify reality itself. It can send any action, attack, or concept back to zero. This means it doesn't rely on strength. Its power is absolute and terrifying. It reflects Giorno's role as an outlier, as it transcends the rules of JoJo. GER ensures Giorno's dream will come true. Anything that comes in his way can be set back to zero. Giorno's rise is now inevitable.
I am inevitable.
Star Platinum is sheer force, Crazy Diamond is restoration, Golden Experience Requiem is inevitability. Most protagonists are painted to be the opposite of the antagonist, and Giorno's much the same with Diavolo. Giorno actually shares similar goals with Diavolo, which is odd for a hero. Both men share the same goal of dominating the same corrupt system they grew up in. They see the flaws in the system and seek to rectify it in their own image. Passion controls essentially all of Italian crime, from smuggling to violence to brothers stomping on Goombas to hardcore drugs. Big bad boss, Boss Baby. Is this the Boss Baby? Diavolo is at the top of the organization, with his identity hidden from everyone. The structure of Passion is one of a pyramid. I'm too lazy to explain it, so...
A pyramid scheme is an unsustainable business model that promises payment to participants based on the amount of additional people they enroll in the business, instead of focusing on the sale of goods or services to the public.
The system is designed to benefit Diavolo, keeping everyone disposable. The reason why Passion is broken is because it preys on the innocent. crime is spreading to young children, an obvious sign of moral collapse. Drugs are used as a metaphor to show the spread of a poison in a society, eating away at the population one by one until everyone is involved with the mafia. With Diavolo at the helm of Passion, it's all about secrecy and exploitation, rather than tradition and loyalty. I just realized I didn't write this in the script, but I forgot to mention how Diavolo actually means the devil. So when Polnareff was looking down at him, he was literally looking down at the devil in hell. And when he was looking up at Dio, he was looking up at God in heaven. You probably know that anyway, but I just wanted to say it just in case. Both Giorno and Diavolo are aware of this corruption. Diavolo, like the nasty swan he is, chooses to encourage it, as it keeps him untouchable. To him, Passion is a fortress. Giorno sees the corruption as an opportunity. He can cleanse it as he rises up through the ranks, seeing Passion as a garden, something diseased that can be brought back to life. Giorno is a rare JoJo. He doesn't fit in with the others.
I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in.
For one, he stands out aesthetically, with the brightest hair, well until Johnny rolls around. Literally. But Giorno is a protagonist where his ambition is actually linked to power and rulership. He comes into part 5 with a mission, being filled with determination. Giorno grows up as an abused child, neglected by his mother and beat by his stepfather. But don't worry, his whole life turns around when he meets a criminal gangster. The gangster was wounded and Giorno saved his life. He spares Giorno's life and he earns his respect. Giorno learns from his experience that respect and protection are life-changing, and he gains his great ambition. He will become a gangster, not one that exploits people, but one that will protect them. He doesn't want to take down Passion. Instead, he wants to purify it. He will use a corrupt system as a means to enact justice.
I am justice!
He ain't your average Joe hero who's afraid of getting involved with crime. He embraces it. He can only change it from within. This golden ambition sets him apart from not just Dio, but his Joestar ancestors too, as they never sought political power, especially from a crime organization. Giorno isn't selfish in his mission. Others can share in it. That's why Mista, Narancia, Fugo, Bucciarati are all so quick to trust him. But not Abacchio. He'd rather piss into a cup and give it to him, so... This ambition sets Giorno apart from Diavolo, as he shares his golden success with others, while Diavolo hoards all its power to himself. Giorno, like his father... No, not that one. Not that one either. How many fathers can one kid have? Giorno, like Dio, is very ambitious. Dio's ambition is shaped inward. He wants power to transcend humanity. Giorno's ambition is shaped outward. He wants power to reform humanity, creating a world free of corruption. You know, Giorno is starting to sound pretty familiar. So, Giorno's ambition is guided by openness and reform. But what about Diavolo? Diavolo's origin is shrouded in mystery. Well gang, it looks like we got a mystery to crack. The circumstances of his birth were strange. Some may even say bizarre. Diavolo has always had something to hide. From the start, it was his abnormal birth, his unstable identity with Doppio, and later on his daughter, Trish. He deeply fears any of these secrets getting revealed, so he develops an obsession with not letting anyone know who he is. He rules from the shadows, with his underlings never seeing his face and only referring to him by the boss. He sees his anonymity as necessary to survive. Because of his obsession with secrecy, Passion is weakened. It's not built on loyalty, it's built on fear. His ambition is a negative one. He can't create something lasting. He's just preventing his downfall as much as possible. His goals are self-deprecating, erasing everything about him until there's nothing left. With no friends or family, all he has is Doppio. But even he is just a mask, a tool to evade being revealed. At first glance, you may think Giorno and Diavolo share the same ambition, to rule the underworld as they believe you can only shape the world through power. But there is a crucial divide between the two. They are mirrors reflecting different answers to the same question. What is power for? Passion is a means for Giorno, a way to reform Italy for the better. He doesn't care about the throne, only his mission. Passion is an end for Diavolo. Power only held to protect his identity. He's built a prison for himself around his throne. Both men want the throne.
Ladies, I'm trying to do my work today.
Giorno sees it as a garden to grow, Diavolo sees it as a fortress to hide away in. A difference between the methods used by the two is visibility versus invisibility. Giorno is open with his ambition, declaring his dream to Bucciarati, inspiring allies to join his cause, clearly not well enough. He thrives through recognition and respect, as he learned these are important tools from the gangster he saved as a child. Diavolo is invisible to everyone. He hides from even his most trusted subordinates, killing anyone who sees a glance of his face, erasing any chance of leaks. One builds a community, the other builds walls. Giorno's ambition lifts him up in part 5, while Diavolo's consumes him through his selfishness and fear. Giorno is given eternity through life, Diavolo is given eternity through death. They aren't just rivals in Passion, they're philosophical opposites. When Giorno defeats Diavolo, he doesn't just claim the throne, he replaces the philosophy of erasure with one of creation. Ambition sets the two chaps apart, but it's their leadership styles that determine their outcome. Diavolo's power is feared, more than his vision is respected, making Passion a one man's dream. Even the people most loyal to him, such as the assassination squad, betray him due to not being valued by him. He has obedience, but not devotion. Giorno earns respect from the very beginning, as he demonstrates his selflessness through his dream to rid Italy of drug trafficking. This causes Bucciarati to respect him. His allies see him as the leader who fights for them, not against them. He earns loyalty that will endure even after death. Giorno's uniqueness doesn't just stem from his personality or his looks. His themes also set him up to shine in the spotlight. Giorno embodies synthesis, balance, and transformation. Giorno is the child of contradictions. With Dio's DNA and the Joestar body, he is the heir to Dio's tyranny and the Joestar spirit. The two forces that started off this entire series all the way back in part 1. This makes him the resolution of the series' foundational conflict. This Kane ain't just another JoJo. Each JoJo before him embodies an extreme. Jonathan and pure goodness, Joseph and pure trickster energy, Jotaro and pure stoic coolness, Josuke and pure emotional warmth, Giorno and balance. Thought I was gonna say pure balance, didn't ya? Well, I didn't, because Giorno is an outlier. He stands out. That's what I've been saying for the whole video. It's the damn title. Oh, Pepsi is so good. Giorno is good, not naive. Cunning, not cruel. Calm, not detached. He's harder to read when compared to other JoJo's due to his balance, but it also makes him very mature, which is another point of balance, as Giorno is the youngest JoJo, making him an outlier again, but he's the most mature out of all of them. He always operates from a centered core of conviction. Life and rebirth is a core theme to Giorno. His stand creates life, he wants to breathe new life into a corrupt organization, and even GER represents rebirth, as it resets things back to zero, essentially being reborn. In the beginning of part 5, Giorno's own appearance is reborn, as he starts off looking like your average Joestar of dark hair, but suddenly his hairstyle changes, with the color changing to blonde, to the same degree as Dio's hair. Giorno redefines what it means to be a JoJo protagonist, as a visionary. He doesn't just win at the end of part 5, he rules, becoming the boss of Passion, reshaping it from within. No other JoJo ends their part with this big of a thematic victory. Giorno's dream comes true, and he changes the world around him. Giorno stands out because he doesn't fit into the average JoJo archetype. He proves that a Joestar can be quiet but commanding, compassionate but ambitious, gentle but ruthless. He represents the themes of harmony, rebirth, and inevitability. He is the dreamer turned ruler. He's the JoJo who shows that a protagonist doesn't have to fit the mold at all.
Ooh, love is in the air, or should I say golden wind?
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Jeez, all this video making is making me so stressed and tired. I gotta calm down. 2, 3.
5落ち着くんだ7素数を数えて落ち着くんだ